Hi everyone. So in this video today for Qmiix, I'm going to show you how you can create a mix to transfer your data from Dropbox to Microsoft OneDrive. So we'll use a trigger from the application Dropbox, and we'll use an action from the application OneDrive, and we'll combine them together to create a mix. So I'm assuming you have already know the basics of Qmiix. If you don't know, I will recommend you to watch the other video about Qmiix, getting to know Qmiix. Or so. But for this video, we'll just focus on how to create the mix. So let's get started. First thing is, because you want to transfer your data from from Dropbox to OneDrive, what you can do is just go to your explore section here, and you can see the popular apps here. Just click on Dropbox. If you don't see popular apps, you can just click, if you don't see Dropbox in popular apps, you can click on see all, and you can click on here and search for Dropbox. Currently most of the apps are under preview stage because we are not released yet, so you can just click on the preview button on see on Dropbox. Otherwise you will be able to see in the all apps section. So just I click on preview and click on Dropbox. Now once I click on Dropbox, the first thing I have to do is I have to connect my Qmiix account with my Dropbox account. So I click on the connect button. So once I click on connect button, I have to go through the authentication process. So I'm going to choose this account, and once I log in, once I do the authentication, uh, yeah, that's it. So now my Qmiix account is connected with my Dropbox account. If you want to see the details of which account is connected, you can click on the app settings button here, and once you click on the app settings button, you can see your connected account is being shown here. Okay, now next thing is I have to connect my Qmiix account with my OneDrive account. So I click on this OneDrive here, and I can click on connect button here. Now again, same process. I have to go through the authentication. I will choose my personal OneDrive account. Next, and okay, password is already saved. So I click on the sign in button, and I think the authentication uh, is successful. Yeah, so now as you can see, my Qmiix account is already connected to my OneDrive account as well. If you want to see more details, click on the app settings button, and once you go in the app settings button, you can see the list of your connected accounts. You can connect multiple accounts for OneDrive and multiple accounts for Dropbox as well, but you need to have premium features for that. So we'll cover that in some other video. So you can see the list of all your connected accounts here. You can just come here in the profile section and click on connected accounts, and once you click on connected accounts, you can see I'm connected with my Dropbox account, I'm connected with my OneDrive account. So that's it. So that the first stage is done, that is connecting your accounts. The next step is you have to create the mix. So in order to create the mix, just go on this button here called create mix. Now our mix was, we want to transfer files from Dropbox to OneDrive. So the first thing is the trigger is on the Dropbox side. So I click on the, so first thing is I have to choose my trigger. So in my trigger configuration page, in my trigger configuration section, I have to first choose Dropbox. So I click on Dropbox here. Okay, so there are 3 steps in creating mix. Before I go ahead, let me give you a brief. There are 3 steps in creating mix. The first step is trigger configuration, the second step is action configuration, and the third step is confirmation and review. So in the first step, for trigger configuration, the first step is you need to select your trigger application, which is Dropbox in our case. So I click on Dropbox. Now there can be multiple accounts for Dropbox. Currently we have only one account connected for Dropbox, so I just click on this account here. And there can be multiple triggers, but currently we only support one trigger, so you can choose this trigger called new or updated file in a folder. So I just click here. So now here we are doing the trigger configuration. Now the trigger configuration is like in Dropbox, which folder would you like to watch? if you want to watch, like if there is a trigger that there is a new file in a specific folder, then you need to specify which folder. So you can do that by clicking here and click on this button, and you can see the entire files here. So let me choose this file name or folder name demo for Qmiix. So I chose this folder name demo for Qmiix, and I click on create trigger button. So I have configured my trigger. Now the next step is I have to configure my action. So we are on the next stage. So that is step number 2, configure your action. So again, now the action is on the OneDrive. So I click on the OneDrive button. So once I click on the OneDrive application button, again I have to do the same process. I have to choose my account. So once I choose my account, I have to choose my action. So my action is going to be upload file from URL. Currently we support only one action, so you just click on this particular action. So once you choose this action, now you have to do the configuration for this action. That means how will this action receive some variables, like for example file URL. You need to specify how this action will receive the file URL so that it can download the file to the OneDrive. So you don't have to do anything here, just click on the add elements button. Now these elements are basically variables or information which is passed from the trigger side to the action side. All you have to do is just click on this download URL, because this download URL is basically the URL that is coming from the trigger side. So you have to put in this download URL in this file URL section. The next thing is file name. When your file is saved, what would you like the name of the file to be? If you want, you can specify a name like, let's say, my file. So that means every time a file will be downloaded on your OneDrive, the name of the file will remain the same, that is my file. Every time the file name will be my file. We don't want that. So what it's better thing to do is we take the file name from the trigger side. So I click on the add elements button and I choose file name. So this is really good because these elements are basically, as I said, these are information or variables coming from the trigger side. Now you ask only why only these variables are coming. Well, that's how it is defined by the trigger side. Okay, it's completely up to Dropbox or completely up to the people who are integrating with Qmiix. It's totally up to the application owners when they publish their application on Qmiix. It's totally up to them how they want to configure their triggers, what kind of information they would like to pass from the trigger side to the action side. So these are predefined by the application owners. Okay, now our job is as users is just to use those predefined elements or predefined variables to the best of our use. Okay, and the last step is where I would like to save my file on OneDrive. I can choose here. I can just click on this button and I can choose my files, a folder. So, and I can choose this folder name demo for Qmiix. So you can see here demo for Qmiix, and I created my action. So my action configuration is also done, and then we go to the third step of creating Miix, that is the final step. So the final step is review. Do you want to, you can review everything here, like what is the trigger, which account you are using, what is the action, which account or which application you are using for action. Do you want to configure the trigger again? Do you want to configure the action again? If no, just click on the finish button and you are in the final step. And that is just put some title or description for this Miix. So let's say the title is backup my Dropbox files to OneDrive, and I can put some description. Whenever there are some files in Dropbox folder name demo for Qmiix, download those files to OneDrive folder named demo for Qmiix. That's it. So we can put some description here, and I click on the done button. So once I click on this done button, that's it. My Miix is ready, and you can see this Miix here. This is the one I created. You can see all the details here. My description is here, my title is here, and this is the Miix. If you want to see details of this Miix, just click on this settings button here and you will move to the Miix configuration page, and you can see all the details of this Miix. Okay, now next step is, let's go to my mixes and okay, so this is your Miix, and next step is you want to see your Miix being executed. So let me go to my Dropbox and I show you how my Miix is getting executed. Okay, just a second, I'm not able to log into my Dropbox. uh, Seems to be having some problem with Dropbox. Let me log into my Dropbox account. Yeah, we are logged in. I think there was some problem with the Dropbox. So anyway, so I have logged into my Dropbox and this is my folder. As you can see, this folder is empty right now. Okay, and let me log into my Microsoft OneDrive as well. Yeah, so I have logged into my OneDrive and this is my demo for Qmiix folder. So our Miix is supposed to transfer the files from this Dropbox folder to this OneDrive folder. Okay, so let me do one thing. I will upload some file here and I'll show you real-time execution. Okay, I mean I'll show you runtime execution. So let me upload this demo1 file.jpg. So this is a picture I uploaded. Now this picture is already is uploaded here. So once this picture is uploaded, it will automatically come here also. Currently you can see it's empty. Okay, so the picture is still uploading on my Dropbox, and you can see this photo is uploaded here. Okay, now here's the important thing. We have implemented most of the applications with triggers are implemented real time, but some of them are not real time. So for example, uh, file transfers from one storage to another storage, they can take some time. I'm not saying they are not real time, that sometimes they can take up to 5 minutes or maybe up to 10 minutes. Okay, so just for the sake of this video, or just for the sake of this demo, I'll click on this check now button. The check now button will instantly check if there is a new trigger in the Dropbox, and once I click on this check now button, you can see the Miix, it says Miix activated, and this file should automatically be downloaded to your OneDrive. And you can see this file is already automatically downloaded, demo1.jpg. Now you might ask, do I have to click on check now every time you upload a file in Dropbox? No, you don't have to. For file transfer purposes, what we have done is we do a bulk operation. That means every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes we will upload all the files together from Dropbox to Google Drive. But for the sake of this demo, just for the sake of this video, I click on check now so that you can see that the Miix is working. So for example, let me put another file here. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, there's another file added, demo2.jpg. Okay, now we can again click on this button called check now, and this check now will again check for triggers in Dropbox now. And once it checks for triggers in Dropbox, as you can see, the demo2 file is already uploaded here. Okay, so the check now will check for one trigger every time, so you don't have to do it in your normal use case you don't have to do it. Okay, because file transfers can take because file transfers can be done in bulk operations. So generally we will check for new files every 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and we'll download all the bulk files together. Okay, I can click on again on this check now button, and you will be able to see the third file also here. Yeah. Okay, so again guys, you don't have to click on the check now button every time. Okay, but it's just for the sake of this video that I'm showing you this thing. Okay, once you create your Miix, you just forget it. You just forget about file being transferred. You just create your Miix and go to sleep. Your files will definitely be transferred from Dropbox to OneDrive. Maybe not real time, but maybe after some time. Some of the Miixes are not real time, and one of the these are examples of Miix which are not going to be real time, because we don't need them real time in normal scenarios. These are file backups, and backups can be non-real time, so that's how these are implemented. So that's all for today's video. Thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and please do leave some comments or some feedback, or if you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. Thank you.